Today I'm going to be learning about the Aussie Meat Pie, an icon of Australian food. Do you think it's the most iconic Australian food, or do you think anything else? Being from the UK, I love a savoury pie. It's a big part of our food as well. I think that's one thing that sets Australia and the UK apart from America. When you see Americans talk about British pies, Aussie pies, they don't really understand it. They don't really appreciate the savoury nature of it. But I love it. Tell me where the best place to get an Aussie meat pie is. Is there anywhere that's renowned for it? But yeah, looking forward to learning about it.
The meat pie, a classic Australian hand-sized snack, filled with meat and gravy, enclosed in crusty pastry.
I mean, this is just where I've got to say there might be differences between a Scottish pie and an English pie as well. This is definitely far similar to a Scottish pie. We have something called a Scotch pie. It uses mincemeat as well, but it's just not as gravy filled. It's probably a pale imitation of this. English pies seem to be using a bit more chunky meats like chicken and beef, like you'll get your steak and ale pie or your chicken and mushroom pie. This one may be more similar to Scottish, but definitely just better.
Crunchy.
It's being described as our national dish, a rival to British fish and chips, American hot dogs, and the pizzas of Italy. But who makes the best pies in Australia? And who decides which pie takes out the title?
Oh.
Every year, bakers across the country compete for the honour of being awarded Australia's best pie. It's serious business.
Look at the cross section of that thing, man. That is absolutely packed to the brim. There's like no sogginess. The pastry looks perfect as well. That is fantastic to look at, man.
It's serious business.
It's not just about the feeling. Pastry play a big part of making the good pie, so we have to get 100% right to make the best pie and to be a champion.
Now we're just going to egg wash it to give it a nice glossy finish.
I guess when we win something like this, it's validation that we're on the right track.
The jumbo chunky coming out.
The Baking Association of Australia have the dream job of tasting and judging the 1,300 entries.
You'll find that the cheaper cuts are probably better as long as you slow cook it. It needs to cook for a minimum of 2 hours to 3 hours.
You don't want a runny pie where it falls out on your lap, so they're looking for stability.
While the classic Aussie pie is just pastry, meat and gravy, these days you can choose from many varieties and flavours.
So here we have a crocodile curry, we have a camel curry, and we also have a kangaroo pie.
Crocodile, camel? I mean, that's one way to get rid of the overpopulation of camels in Australia, is just to turn them into pies. Have you ever tried camel meat? That cannot be what people are eating these days, crocodile and camel. Maybe that's just for this competition. I don't know, maybe I can't judge it so quickly. Maybe it would be good. It does look like it's packed there as well. Tell me what makes a good Aussie meat pie. Is it the gravy? What's the best meat? Kangaroo.
Nice.
Everyone curious what we use in a meat pie to make the best meat pie. So that's how we choose our best quality meat. And also the spice that we use in our pan pie is something that has to be well balanced. So the well balanced gives you the best taste for the best pie.
In some circles, the meat pie is called a dog's eye, mystery bags, or church bags, because God only knows what's in them. But regardless of what you call them, Australians on average consume 270 million pies a year. And our relationship with the pie dates back to England.
I mean, 200 and something million, 250 million, so it's about 5 or 6 pies. That's not too much actually, that's not too bad. I thought it might have been more actually.
The pie arrived in Australia with the first colonists. And to celebrate the King's birthday, they were on the menu of Sydney's first official banquet. And they were served at the opening of Canberra's Parliament House in 1927. But a baked pie was eaten in early human history, with the Egyptians, ancient Greeks, Romans all eating pies as part of their diet. The thick crust of these early pies acted as a baking dish, which was thrown away after the meat inside was consumed. In medieval times, selling pies in the streets was common, and pies were the takeaway food of the day. It was early in the 20th century that Australia's long association of pies and Aussie rules football began. It was Melbourne's Footscray Football Club who pioneered the tradition of the Pea and Pie Nights. These nights were associated with social activities and fundraising events, kicking off the tradition of eating a pie while watching the footy.
So it's actually, I didn't realise the origins was from football as well. Interesting, we have that similarity in culture where like the pie is very linked to the history of football as well. I had no idea that's where it came from.
So, to hold the title of Australia's best pie is an accolade bakers strive for across the country.
Australia's best pie has been taken out this year by the Country Cob Bakery in Baronia with their pepper pie. So congratulations to all the guys there again.
Salt and pepper is our mom recipe from home, so they can taste the word of tasting, like everything combined into a pie.
Australians love our pies, and this poem by Rodney Hall, the president of the Pie Connoisseurs, could not describe it any better.
When you sink your teeth into the meat, the heavenly taste throws you off your feet. The gravy drips like liquid gold, even if the pie is cold. How could experts criticise this God-given gift of the Aussie pie?
Well, man, so yeah, definitely very important to Australian food culture. So yeah, tell me what the best way to have the pie is. What's the best filling? Tell me if you've been to the UK, what do you think of British pies in comparison to Aussie pies? Tell me what you think about the Aussie meat pie. Thanks.